In the previous segment, I thoroughly discussed one of the most powerful calisthenics techniques commonly utilized by prisoners for strength training. I provided a thorough and detailed explanation and suggested a comprehensive training program based on that information. However, since calisthenics encompasses a vast sea of diverse methods, techniques, and variations, we will dive deep into the intriguing world of fierce warriors who exist without solid physical bodies. Let's take a moment to explore even more exceptional techniques that can significantly enhance your overall progress in the game while yielding the best possible results in the shortest amount of time available. So stay tuned until the end. As I elaborated in the previous segment, the science of muscle growth fundamentally revolves around subjecting the muscle to the highest levels of tension for the maximum duration possible. Muscle growth is not quite the same as growth in other sports activities. You don't need an excessive amount of time, but you definitely need a lot of tension in this situation. Maximum tension typically cannot be effectively achieved through conventional, traditional methods and approaches. To quickly elevate your level, you definitely need to harness your creativity effectively. For example, the unique prisoner style relies entirely on improvisation and boundless creativity. Therefore, it is widely regarded as one of the most effective methods for promoting muscle development. So, what are some of the other innovative and creative methods available? Decentralized training. Negative repetitions. There are three distinct phases involved in the repetition stage: the central phase, the static phase, and the decentralized phase. Each phase must be carefully performed at a specific pace. But to create maximum tension on the muscle, you should concentrate on deliberately slowing down the decentralized phase, an easy and highly effective technique that is often neglected in traditional training. For instance, when actively performing pull-ups or push-ups, you should try as much as possible to gradually lower your body slowly during the descent. If you seek to increase the time that your muscles are experiencing significant tension and strain, managing the adverse phase of every single repetition leads to activating the greatest possible number of muscle fibers. Thus, it stimulates muscle hypertrophy and develops strength efficiently. For example, when performing pull-ups, focus on spending 5 seconds in the lowering phase. You will experience a notable tension and an even stronger focus on the targeted muscles. This method is widely recognized as eccentric training, the technique of repetition and half. In this technique, a complete and thorough repetition is performed, followed by a partial repetition. Then return to the starting position. When performing the squat exercise, you lower down completely during the descent phase, then rise to the midpoint during the ascent phase, then lower down again, then rise fully. This technique increases time under tension during 2 repetition phases, the eccentric and the static. It targets muscle fibers across various different ranges of motion and enhances muscle activation efficiently. It also offers comprehensive control over muscle movements. It can be said that this technique is somewhat challenging, but it is a powerful tool for increasing training intensity. Each repetition is carefully divided into 2 or 3 distinct parts to effectively increase muscle tension during the entire movement process. For example, when performing a deep squat, instead of moving downward and upward in a single motion, you can break the repetition into phases, heading down to the midpoint of the path and then stopping, then going down further and stopping again before rising. In the push-up exercise, you can take a brief pause at the midpoint of the descent, then go all the way down and stop before rising, and you will experience significant tension building in your chest and triceps, which will ultimately contribute to muscle development. This technique places additional stress on the specific targeted muscles during the workout, compelling them to put in greater effort during every segment of the movement. It also forces you to work harder at the weak points of the movement. The isometric against third resistance. This technique primarily relies on the effort to push or pull a specific weight. Even with all your strength applied, you are unable to move it at all for up to 10 seconds. The idea behind this technique is to create a maximum state of tension in the muscle at a specific point in the movement to enhance neuromuscular connection and stimulate the muscle fibers that are primarily responsible for generating force. This ongoing and unrelenting tension forces the muscles to recruit a greater number of motor units, which significantly contributes to improving neuromuscular strength. This technique enhances neuromuscular strength effectively, increased communication between the brain and muscles, which leads to improved performance in other exercises. In addition to enhancing the ability to initiate movements, by enhancing strength at the crucial starting points, with the possibility of activating new muscle fibers due to prolonged tension, which forces the muscles to work under exceptional conditions, which stimulates their growth and increases their strength. This effective technique can be applied in a variety of exercises. A straightforward example of exercise is doing a wall push-up and exerting every bit of your strength. This technique is a powerful tool to exceed traditional performance limits and attain substantial advancements in muscle strength and overall efficiency. Push-ups and arching strength training exercises. It's a great example of exercises that target strength and coordination at the same time, as the body gracefully moves from side to side, concentrating on one arm at a time carefully, while the other arm effectively stabilizes the entire body. This asymmetrical movement places a significantly greater load on the dominant working arm, which exposes it to more tension. The same principle applies to arcing pull exercises, where the weight is carefully shifted to one arm for balance. This method builds exceptional functional strength and promotes muscle hypertrophy at a significantly faster rate. This method involves performing exercises with a unilateral focus, meaning performing repetitions on one side for each set, while simultaneously ensuring a steady contraction occurs on the other side. For example, in a challenging one-arm push-up, the working arm performs the full push, while the other arm continues to stay raised above the ground. Another variation of this exercise is the single arm row, where one side actively performs the row, while the other side remains in a contracted position. This method places significant stress on the target muscle and forces it to work independently. This in turn significantly increases the tension level even more deeply. This exercise is performed with fast, powerful movements to quickly generate exceptionally high levels of strength in a brief time. This explosive movement targets fast muscle fibers, responsible for building muscle mass and explosive strength. By pushing forcefully off the ground, you increase the duration of time under tension during the exercise, which compels your muscles to engage more intensely during the workout session. In temporary rest training, you perform repetitions until muscle failure. Then you take a brief short break lasting about 10 to 20 seconds. After that, you continue exercising until failure again. This technique allows you to surpass normal fatigue thresholds, which creates higher muscle activation and more overall work within a single set. It's excellent for both strength and muscular endurance, and it helps break plateaus and stimulate more growth by maintaining your muscles under a consistent and continuous tension. As you can see, calisthenics offers a vast world of innovative and creative techniques that offer valuable opportunities to enhance muscle growth and strength, exploring options beyond traditional exercises. The secret to rapid progress lies in creating high levels of muscle tension when training in innovative and diverse methods. So try experimenting with these techniques. Change your routine and see the difference.
This brief clip is specially made for you. May the peace, mercy, and countless blessings of God be upon you.
Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and join the ranks of the warriors.
We offer a wide range of motivational and educational videos covering everything related to training. Start building the best version of yourself.